What is up, y'all? It's Whiskey Wednesday, and we got new shelves. We did a thing, which also means it's Whiskey Rearranging Day. It's not really Whiskey Wednesday, and it's kind of hot, so hope you'll forgive me. It's not exactly whiskey, but I think you get the point. I'll pop that on there for now. You might see some changes. We made some, and by we, I mean very much me. It was Prime Day. I bought some shelves. Sick of having floor whiskey. Did a whole video putting them up. If you didn't watch that, I'm not super surprised. It was about an hour and a bit. That's a lot of Espo just kind of bumbling around and singing parts of songs to himself, which is, again, seems like a lot. But we changed up a little bit since then. Got our rye whiskey up top. So we've got our Rifle Rye, Gretzky, the 99 red cask. It's not exactly rye, but it's a nice enough looking bottle that I put it up there. We've got our Whistle Pig Piggyback, 6-year-old rye. It's delicious. Dillon's 1. Why is that a 1? I've never actually looked into this one all that much. I don't think I've actually tried this one. Have I tried this one? I might need to drink this one soon. Made in homegrown, yeah. 100% Canadian rye. Look at that. Cool. Sagamore Spirit in the back, Sazerac Rye, and Rittenhouse Rye. And beside all that, dropping things, beside all that, world's tiniest violin. In case you're sad, we'll play a really sad song just for you. Next shelf down, Irish whiskey. We got our Roe & Co. Again, one of my favorites. Writer's Tears, absolutely delicious. Pot stilled. It's not my favorite one of the bunch, but it's still really good. We've got the green spot in the back. I don't know if you can see that. Behind the red breast, 12-year, also delicious. Not Irish whiskey, Johnny Red. Kind of is what it is, but it fits with the theme. And I don't have any other scotch up here. The rest of my scotch is below. And cap it off, Bushmills Black Bush. Just really tasty Irish whiskey. Does a good job. Does what you need to do. We're gonna skip that one. The bottom shelf is our modifiers here. Modifier, good lord, can't even speak, eh? Got some Saint Germain. We've got Chartreuse, Aperol, Galliano, which is like a vanilla ginger kind of thing, liqueur. We've got some Kahlua in the back. We've got one of our Amaros. We've got a bottle of absinthe, because of course we do. And we've got a bottle of, or 2 bottles from Mann's, one coffee liqueur. Again, really good coffee liqueur. It's got a little bit of a chocolatey, nutty flavor to it. I really like it. Makes a hell of a revolver. And Mann's Triple Sec liqueur. Tastes like a little bit sweeter than regular Triple Sec, so keep that in mind. But it's orange Tic Tacs. It's orange Tic Tacs in alcohol form. It's delicious. I put some in a spritz bottle. It's fantastic. Might as well be orange Tic Tac Banaka. The third shelf, which we casually skipped over. I don't know how that got on there again. Or that. I turned that one into my little bar bookshelf. Each one of these shelves holds about 30 pounds, so I should be well and goodly safe on that one. Each bottle is just over 3 pounds when it's full, so I think I'm pretty safe as long as I don't have more than 8 bottles on a shelf. We should be laughing. We've got our couple of cocktail books, Drunken Botanist, Tasting Whiskey, The Art of Mixology, and a Scratch and Sniff whiskey book. That's a super fun one. I just like it. Fun for me. Alongside that, we've got our 3 spritz bottles. Again, the Triple Sec, Fireball, and Absinthe. Usually keep those around just because I like having them. I add those things to a lot of drinks, so they just tend to get used. And it was cheaper to buy 20 of these spritz bottles than it was to buy 2. So I got 20. Got a bunch left over. If you need any, let me know. To cap that all off, we've got our Infinity bottle, which that project hasn't finished up yet. I'll probably be doing that in August, come to think of it. That might be our August go. Infinity bottle time. We'll talk. And Shakerton, we'll put that over here. Second, that's close up to my face. Cool. Awesome. Oh, it's hot. It is a warm Chuckin' Wednesday. Magda, if you could hold this, that'd be fantastic. So I'm pretty happy with how those shelves worked out. they're all standing there. I might rearrange them again here and there, but I think that's kind of how I want them to end up being. But in doing that, I had to take this or move this around. And to move this around, I didn't want to have a bunch of bottles shaking around doing everything. So they all came off, and I figured since they're off, I might as well rearrange the bourbon collection. It's the bourbon bar. This section's mostly the bourbon bar. We're gonna have a couple other things in there mixed in. Can't really help that. We're lacking for space a little bit. But for the most part, I'm gonna try to keep the bar top itself just straight bourbon. Or just blended bourbon. You know what I mean. Yeah. Don't be pedantic on me now. I do. Me. That's what I'm for. So how are we gonna start this off? I think it makes the most sense to start with the tallest bottles. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with the tallest bottles. I've already got the 40 Creek Victory Edition here. I think it's supposed to commemorate the Battle of Lundy's Lane, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't read that box in a while. Probably should. I don't have that much time. 205th anniversary of the engagement at 40 Creek during the War of 1812. Okay. That makes more sense. So this is from 2018. Interesting. I thought I had longer than that. Very cool. War of 1812. Very, for such a tiny war between kind of pissant nations at the time. Well, not between U.S. and Britain, I guess. Where it was mostly fought in Canada, and then the excursion into the States every now and again. A lot of fun little tidbits. It was really well recorded, and because there was so little time frame, every single foible is mostly tracked. Look into it. If you're a little bit of a history nerd like me, it's a fun one to read up on because there's a lot of fun little family stories and all that. A lot of ugliness came out of it afterwards, but we're not going to get into that. This is turning into a history podcast, and we're not that. I don't think we can be. Yeah. Talk about the family compact. No, we're not going to do that. No one wants to do grade 7 history all over again. But 40 Creek, we've got the 40 Creek Victory engagement at the 40. We're going to put the 40 Creek Double Barrel Reserve beside it, just because they kind of go hand in hand. I can't separate those two. I don't know why. I think it's just a mental block for me. And they're kind of big. They can go at the back. Put that on that side. That works. We'll mess with it as we go. It's a living document, so to speak. We can turn this around if we need to. But those ones are two of the taller ones. High West, that's another really tall one. Angel's Envy. Kentucky Straight Bourbon, finished in port barrels. Again, I love the bottle. The bottle's so cool. It's got the wings in the back. Here's the front. It's a pretty tasty whiskey, but it's so damn expensive for what it is. It's hard to really, really love it. I think that's going to go on the outside. We're going to try to keep it very similar to how I did have it. Obviously, we can only do so much there. High West. It's a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. I believe, where is this from? Utah, that's the one. Park City, Utah. One of my favorite new whiskeys to the collection. I'm going to say that a lot, but this is one that really surprised me. I picked up because it was on sale. We did a little whiskey order, a place called Craft Cellars. This one was on sale for just under $40, and that was a freaking bargain because it regularly comes in around 53 Canadian. All prices Canadian right now. We're gonna pop that in there. It's tall enough that it's gonna get its own spot in the back. Kind of come over to the side. As always, weird little decoration thing. That's gonna stay for now until I run out of room. That's gonna stay because I just kind of like it. Feels festive. Feels like Espo. What's this? The bookmark that one of my young neighbors made for me. Possibly both. They may have done this in tandem. You didn't know my name's Nick. Hey, Espo was actually Nick. Half the people I play ball with probably still don't know that. But now you do. Congratulations. Welcome. Inner Sanctum. You, my parents, and probably 12 other people. Everyone else, hey Espo, what's up? So that's going to go back in the whiskey book where it belongs. What's another one? New Riff. I was super excited for this one. You remember the tasting? I did a tasting on this one. Super excited, and it didn't super do it for me. I'm going to pop it back there just because it's a really cool looking bottle. I'm gonna pop it this way. And just envy in the middle. That'll work. I think that's working out well. It's a really cool looking bottle, but it was underwhelming. The other bottles I picked up with it were amazing. And speaking of those other bottles, I finally have room to put them on here. Got the Ben Holiday bottled in bond, 100 proof, 6-year-old, delicious, delicious whiskey. If you have a chance to pick this up, get ahead and grab it. It's amazing. Another one, another bottled in bond, 7-year Heaven Hill. I was in a comment thread on another YouTube channel, just shooting the shit about how it's hard to find allocated whiskey, especially up in Canada, because we can't really get, well, at least in Ontario, we can't really, we're at the whim of what the LCBO feels like selling, or when they feel like working. Strike's over, everything's fine. Someone commented, you don't even need all those fancy ones. You don't need a Pappy, you don't need a Stag. Go get yourself a bottle of Heaven Hill. And I said, brother, I can't find Heaven Hill. But thankfully, I was in Florida at the time. I grabbed a bottle. And I am so glad I did. One of my favorites. Where's that going to go? Push this. It was a lot easier when I knew what I was building around before. This one, High West over there, single barrel, Heaven Hill. Pop that on the corner there, because again, just gorgeous. Love that bottle. Love that cork on it too. Just looks like a classic bottle. Love it. Oh, to the staples. The staples are keep going with my favorites. Favorites, I think, is where to go. Fearless. Favorites should be in the front, though, shouldn't they? I should be working the back. I should be working opposite. I want to stick with family on this one. Yeah, let's do that. Russell's 10. Speaking of one that kind of underwhelmed me, Wild Turkey product. This was. I'd heard really good things. It was only fine. It's the 10-year-old whiskey, the Russell's Reserve. The Russell's Reserve Private Barrel Select 9-year. Blew it out of the water. Loved it. Again, Wild Turkey product. Eddie and Jimmy Russell, they're doing great things. It was still tasty. It's just not my favorite. Love this one a lot more. That's going to go with some other Wild Turkey. We've got Long Branch. Again, Long Branch. If you feel like spending the extra $6, go for it. It's really tasty, but otherwise, 101's going to do the trick for it. This one's a little underproofed on that front. So, depending on what you're going for. Long Branch, 101, Russell's 9, Russell's 10. Russell's 10 was great. Just impossible to find. Basil Hayden. Awesome bottle. Super awesome bottle. Look at this thing. A metallic belt on it. So very cool looking. I'll pop that in. It used to be back in here, so I'm going to pop it over to the side here like it used to. And I'm going to try to keep you guys over here. Some of my newer favorites are going to go on this side. Wild Turkey was more or less in the front because it was easily front centerable. Michter's Small Batch Bourbon. Delicious. Goes great with a dessert, if that makes sense. Really cut. I had this with a couple of cannolis one time, and cannoli was fantastic to begin with, or were fantastic. Back it. That's what I do. This just cut right through the sweet, and the sweetness cut right through the sharpness of this. It was fantastic. Loved every second of it. Beautiful bottle. Girlfriend picked it up for me last Christmas, I want to say. Haven't really gone through too much of it. Really like it though. It's in there. It's in there. It's one of those favorites. One of my lesser favorites. Knob Creek 9-year, 120 proof. It's fine. I don't think I like the flavor profile on Knob Creek. A little black pepper in it, if I recall. Sniffle. It smells awesome. It smells fantastic. Just, again, not my jam. It's kind of shorter. We're gonna put that over there. Wild Turkey 101. Easy to find. I'm having some stress on this one, guys. I'll go grab something else. I think I forgot a couple bottles. I always forgetting something. There's a box in the other room. I have the floor whiskey, have the table whiskey, have the box whiskey. Old Grandad, bonded, 100 proof. Fantastic. It's perfectly cromulent mixer. If you want to just drink it straight, that's going to mess you up a little bit. Old Grandad, that is Basil Hayden's Grandad. We're going to put those two together. Because you don't want to separate family. Dominic Toretto's going to come after you. Do that kind of nonsense. Mellow Corn, straight Kentucky corn whiskey. Can't call it bourbon because I don't think it's old enough to call it bourbon. It's tasty. Bottled and Bond, it's 100 proof. It has to be bottled and Bond. Really tasty, it's really good. It's delicious. No complaints there. Where'd my beer go? There it is. Thanks, Mike. Mother-in-law had it. Very sweet, very, very raw. Got the job done. Perfectly fine mixer, perfectly fine shooter. Awesome that way. Don't know if I really want to be sipping this one, but again, you can find it. Great, cheap, very cheap bottle. Very worthwhile picking up. If you're into that sort of thing, it's fantastic. The only downside, ugly as sin. Look at this. Brutal yellow cap. Ugh. Like just my kingdom for a cork, right? Come on. Or even a black screw on. Like, no, yeah. Green screw on would even be better than this. Bright yellow. This feels icky. Don't know where to put that. Beside the that feels wrong. We're gonna figure that out. We're doing things here. Into the staples, into the ones we use all the time. Buffalo Trace, gorgeous whiskey, beautiful mixer, perfectly fine sipping it too. Four Roses bourbon, same deal. Beautiful mixer, perfectly fine straight, perfectly fine shooting. These all fill that void. The only reason I suggested that Mellow Corn, if you can find it, is because it's about $10 cheaper. Woo! Pretty sure it was $30 when this one's a very cheap bottle at 35, 36. This one's about 42. Again, delicious. Makes a hell of an old fashioned. Pop that front Buffalo Trace. Try to keep like with like. Four Roses. I'm gonna bring the Wild Turkey this way. Since we've got some more Four Roses, let's go. Four Roses small batch. One of my new favorites, having found it. I always enjoyed the Four Roses single barrel. Apparently it's hard to find. We got it up here all the damn time for some reason. I don't know if it's just the batches we get or what it is, but I can usually find this one with ease. So, on up. Small batch. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. A little weaker. It's only a 90 proof instead of the 100 proof. But it's all fantastic. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful whiskey. Beautiful bottles, too. Look at this. Look at that gorgeous cork. Look at this beautiful inlay on the bottle. I'm saying beautiful too many times. Just delightful. They know what they're doing over at Four Roses. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, so that is... We'll keep that family kind of together. That bottle can kind of stick out front, stick out behind a little bit. Small batch. It's a good sipper on a regular day. That thing. Got to keep some spacing here. Need room for the Bourbon Trail thing. Cheers, bit. Let's have that there. Oh, what's gonna go next? Elijah Craig, you're delightful. Get in there. Get in the game kit. Elijah Craig, another great bottle. Don't know where the hell to put it. I am so lost. I used to know exactly where everything went. I had a great scheme. It went Rise of the back, and then there was some Irish over here. There was one bottle of Scotch. Came through the bourbon and a little bit of Canadian, and then more bourbon and mixery bits over here. I am lost. Don't know what to do. I am out of my depth. Should not have started this without a game plan. Here we are. It's fantastic. I'm going to have so much room, I don't know what to do with it. Oh, Elijah Craig small batch. Again, fantastic. Just very tasty. It's not a single or anything. It's 94 proof. Bang for your buck. It's pretty damn decent. It's not super, super expensive. Long Branch, you're going to go... So Four Roses straight bourbon can go here. Small batch beside it. Single barrel there. Buffalo Trace, you're going to go right in there because you've seen it fit nicely there. Blends. haven't done a tasting on the channel with Blanton's yet. I've got 2 bottles of this. This one is a million years old. It's dumped in 2015. Love this bottle. 2015. That was before everyone went nutso for Blanton's. Because it was before John Wick came out, and before it was in every supervillain's bar. Called it my supervillain bourbon. It's delicious. It goes up front. That is an S, by the way. I think the other one, I think I have a B on the other one. I could be wrong. Nope, I've got an A on the other one. But it goes behind glass now until I need to open it. Although I might do those. I might do a side by side on those. Another staple, Bullet bourbon. I don't let this one go empty. It stays at least here. If I get close to running out, I go and fill this one back up again because it's Bullet. It's fantastic. It's a perfect mixer for almost anything. If it's a cocktail, it goes super in anything. It's a fantastic whiskey sour. It's a delightful old fashioned. It's amazing in orange juice and peach schnapps and ginger ale. Shake it up without the ginger ale, add the ginger ale in afterwards. Delicious. I've made that video before. So good. So good. We're going to have room up front for that one. Wild Turkey 101, you're going to be in that same area. Want that. And 100 proof back there. 101, you're back in there a bit. The Russells, I want to brag about that one a little bit. Long Branch, you can come up front too. Get the Russells side by side. I think we're working this out. This is working. Oh, God. I literally just keep this one on the bar because the bottle looks neat. It looks like an old-timey perfume bottle. Virginia Black, American whiskey. 80 proof, but the bottle looks really cool, man, so I keep it around. If this was in a shittier bottle, I can't imagine. I'm going to give it a sniff. It smells better than I remember. I'll give it that much. It's better than I remember it being, but when I first tried it, oh, boy. It was rough. I want to put that front and center. It's a pretty bottle. It's so cheapy looking. I don't know. Put that with the mellow corn. That's where it belongs. Gibson's Finest, 12-year. Not a bourbon. It's a Canadian whiskey. Where do I want to put the Canadian whiskey? Do I even want to have the Canadian whiskey on here? Or do I want to just put all of that down there with the rest of the Crown Royal and stuff? We've got room in here to put it. Got a couple of Canadians left here. Got that. Got one we're not going to talk about quite yet. Got a Barn Burner. Doesn't smell like anything. Smells like water. Weird. It's Ontario whiskey, not even Canadian whiskey. It's further segregated. We've got the CC small batch that I was rudely awakened on by myself. Love that happening. Okay, Knob Creek, where are you going? You can fit in here. No, not yet. Woodford Reserve. I think that's a good spot. Again, Woodford Reserve. I'm not a huge fan of Woodford Reserve. Love their double O. But it's a $90 bottle, and I don't feel like spending that much right now. I've got 2-ish bottles of Woodford right now. Still perfectly good whiskey, just not my favorite. Put that. Where do I put the not my favorites? Knob Creek is going in there. Woodford. Pop that there, and the smaller bottle will pop right behind it. That makes sense. Maybe we'll go one before the other. Maybe that'll work better. I don't hate that. That looks like it'll work. Clive Mays. We've got some Alabama straight bourbon. Straight Alabama. Where is this one going? Should I put this with other non-bourbons? Because we've got... or non-Kentucky bourbons, anyway. Love this one. 92 proof. It was very tasty. Grabbed it because I thought the story on the side of the bottle was pretty cool. Bootlegger brand, apparently, coming up. And then they went legit, formed a distillery, licensed up, and did all the things. Where can that go? I feel like that belongs over here with the Ben Holiday and the Heaven Hill, but I don't want to put it in front of those guys. Elijah Craig, I feel, fits in well with the Four Roses. It's tall enough I can kind of do that. Do I want to have that front and center? I don't think I do. I'm going to squeeze the barn burner back there. I almost want to taste it. Yeah, I'm just going to give that a quick Glencairn and see what happens. Smells like corn ethanol. Like honey and watered down whiskey. I don't know. I buy this bottle? Must have. I don't think I got this as a kid. I'm pretty sure I bought this one. It'll probably mix well. I don't know. 83 proof. It's not bad. It's not anything to write home about. We're gonna pop that behind the Virginia Black, maybe. That'll work. It's like a way to do it. Oh, what do we got left? Larceny, which I went through a love-hate with this one. I love the story. I love the bottle. I think the bottle's just cool as all hell looking. Got the keys on it. Again, Johnny Fitzgerald, he was a treasury agent, snuck in to the bonded warehouses and stole all the best stuff that he liked the most and took it for himself to either drink or sell or whatever the hell. My kind of story. Love that. Fantastic. Thought I didn't like it. Thought I didn't like Weeders. I was super unimpressed with myself for that because some of the big boy names in bourbon are Weeders, and I am terrified that I'm going to try one that's just way out of my snack bracket. Someone's going, oh, you should try some Pappy. And I'm like, yes, I should. And then I'm not going to like it. I'm going to make a face, and I'm just going to be, it's not going to, I'm so scared. So scared that that's going to happen. And I don't know how to prepare for that. Anyway, I didn't like this coming right out of the bottle. I didn't love the neck pour. This wasn't my favorite. I've had it before and didn't love it. Tried it again recently. Really liked it. Really enjoyed it. Again, there was a little bit of that black pepper on the finish I didn't love, but I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. I really enjoyed it, and it went from I have it, I would drink it to no, I actually kind of like that. I kind of like this. Larceny and Big Hill. Give it a try anyway. Where does that one go? That's gonna go again. It's a cool bottle. We're gonna go slightly frontish on that one. Elijah Craig, you're gonna snickle back in there. What can go with Larceny? Near Larceny. I feel like I've got an empty space here, and I know what I want to put there. I want to put the Bib and Tucker there because it looks so damn cool. It looks like an old moonshine jug. Really tasty, fairly smoky. Drinks beautifully. I think I'm gonna put that right there. That's great. That feels more like what I like having. Move that up. I've got a bottle of Brothers Bond. Straight bourbon, hand selected batch. A bunch of corn on the front. Great looking label. Got the solo cup on there for Toby Keith still. Brothers Bond. Got this one from my brother. It's a 4-grain mash bill, corn, rye, wheat, and barley. Delicious. Fantastic. Nothing really to be upset about. I recall it being a little on the pricier side for what it is, but it's fairly worth having around. I think so. So we're going to pop that over here, back near where it was, because I am a bit of a creature of habit. We've still got it kind of jammed over on this side. That's okay. I've got a couple of Bartles to put over there yet. And a couple more bottles to add in as we go. Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. Tennessee straight whiskey. Straight blended triple mash whiskey. I don't love Jack. Love this. Look how much the bottle we've gone through. Gone through a lot, man. It's tasty stuff. You can find it. I found some on clearance. I should have bought 2 bottles because that would have been smart. I don't know why it was on clearance. Got that distinctive Jack Daniel's bottle. Love the brown color on the label. That browny burgundy color. Don't know why. Just love it. Looks like a classic. It's going in here. Where's that going? It's smaller than I thought it'd be, eh? It's only that's why. It's only a 700 mil. Interesting. Where do I want to put that? The larceny back here. It's small too. It's a little taller. I feel bad putting it all the way back there though. I don't know what I'm doing. It's crazy town. Jack Daniels triple mash. Does it go up front like that with the Woodford? I think it does. I think that goes up with the Woodford. Larceny's going to sneak in right behind it. You still get the lock there, or the key there, which brings us to the next one. Blade and Bow comes with a key. I've got a number 4. If you buy more of them, there's 5 keys. Each one represents one of the keys of good whiskey making. 5 on the logo. Gorgeous bottle. Fantastic bottle. That's going right there. I'm going to be buying more. I want to collect some of those keys. If you find some, get ahead and grab them and give them to me. Because I want them. Or just grab me a damn bottle. I'll take that too. What are we next? Old Forester. Old Forester. This is the official bottle of Bourbon of a Mint Julep. Isn't one of the fancy ones. Just the 86 proof. No real date. 1870. Great bottle. Looks classic. Tasty whiskey. A little sweet. I like it. Pretty tasty, pretty tasty. Nothing to get upset about there. That's going there. High West, you're going to come over and touch just because you're blended in. Too far back. I don't want to shut you guys out there. Larceny, you're there. Ben Holiday, I like that. Old Forester, you can stay there. Heaven Hill. Sneak you back there. Old Forester, you go right in front of that. Clyde Mays, I like it. I like this a lot. It's working out well. Now, we've got 2. I've been meaning to try this because I've seen it. I've seen it many times on other YouTube channels, and I've never heard of it before. Never found it. Gorgeous bottle. Look at this thing. Peerless single barrel. Again, another one we picked up out of Calgary. Delicious bottle. Might be my favorite bourbon. I feel like it should be more front and center based on how much I like that one, but I think that's going there. I kind of want to put it over here with the whiskey books, just to keep it on its own. It does look beautiful over there. I think that might be a thing. Oh, again, first tasting note. I think I'm in love. Love that bottle. Canadian Club Small Batch. More Canadian whiskey. You're going at the back here. I'm going to bring the new riff over a touch so I can get the High West out of there a little bit. I kind of want to have the mellow corn a little bit more handy. See what happens. Gibson's Finest. This is a classic Canadian whiskey. 12-year-old whiskey. 12 year? Yeah, 12 year. There we go. Canadian whiskey must be aged a minimum of 3 years by law. Gibson's Finest Rare is aged 12 years to provide a richer flavor than other Canadian whiskeys. I'll hope so. Anyway, had it. It's tasty. I haven't opened this bottle. We'll topper to it. Just a nice looking bottle in general. I think it fits in with the Heaven Hill a little bit. I might pop that there just to keep all the blue together because I'm matchy-matchy that way. I think that's fun. I think I like that. I think we're good there. Do we want the High West in front of the mellow corn? You kind of want to do that. So I've got a bit of an open space in the back. I think we're going to jam this in a little bit more. Elijah Craig, no. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Oh, I'm in trouble. I've only got 20 minutes left to do this. I'm going to save that for a minute. We've got Aging Barrel, Mini Barrel, Heritage Collective. I forget. I think I poured a bottle of Wiser's in here. He really ages it in a hurry, man. So I just found out today there's still some in there. It's gonna be oaky as all hell. It's a cool little thing to have. I kind of want to pour a cocktail in here, or a batch of cocktails, and just have it age out for a bit. See what it does to it. Again, the distillery in town, their bar, they do some of that. They keep some aged old fashions, revolvers, margarita, I think. Anyway, they barrel age some of their cocktails for the bar. Wonderful, just wonderful. Love it. Highly recommend it. Cool little thing. Oak staves. You can pick them up anywhere from like 40 to $100. They're pretty cool. Again, Sally got me this one. Love it to death. Think it's super cool. Thanks, babe. Here we are. I'm gonna move this over here. We got some room. This typically for me would go over here. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move these over a touch, move everything back. Old Forester, you're gonna get back there. Clyde Mays, you're gonna get back there. Barrel's gonna go back on there. But I want the Jack Daniels over to the side as the Old Forester up front. We'll make this more of a bourbon bar than a whiskey bar. I think that might be the way to do it. That kind of puts that a little too much to the side. Do I want to do that? I'm overthinking this, like a lot. This is fine. You can stick you back here. Holiday, you're gonna go to the back. By May, same thing. Like it? I think that's gonna work out well. Got mixing glass. Couple mixing glasses back here. Gibson's Rare is gonna go just tuck back in there. Got it in there. I feel like I'm selling some of this short. For all the space I've created, I sure didn't make a lot of space on the bar. Ah, where's that beer? We chirped that. Where did it go? There it is, the Barn Burner. We chirped that for being Ontario whiskey. We can narrow it down even further. It's Niagara whiskey. 40 Creek. Again, 40 Creek used to be fantastic. Come in a brown bottle. Looked awesome. Tasted amazing. And then they changed. Don't know why. This is their most popular offering that isn't like the creams that they make. Make a really good cream. The Nanaimo Bar Irish cream is really tasty. It's a very Canadian thing to say, but it's really good. It was awesome in coffee. I don't usually love an Irish cream in coffee, but that one I do. Double barrel, 40 Creek, Niagara whiskey. It's fine. You're mixing it. It's a mixed drink. It's perfectly fine. It's a cocktail. You're probably a little out of your depth, unless you're just using the whiskey to strengthen up something else. And then we have a bottle I haven't opened because I don't know why. Got this as a gift, and it was a thank you for helping out a friend's kid that did some dumb things. What's up, kiddo? Probably not watching. Actually, you might be. Hey, how's everyone doing? It is the Trailer Park Boys Liquorman's Old Dirty Canadian Whiskey. As you can see, it is unopened. It's Whiskey Wednesday. I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't give it a little bit of a tasting, or give at least one whiskey a little bit of a tasting. So here we are. We're trying this one. Oh, good. It's a screw off. And a goodie. We've got a Murder Glass. Sorry for leaving frame there. Got our Murder Glass. We've got a Glencairn. Let's try this sucker out. I'm over my head already. Oh, it pours so nicely. It smells like cinnamon. Oak. It smells like tree. It smells like wood. It smells like bark. Doesn't smell like oak. Tree bark. And cinnamon. Vanilla, some caramel. Huh. Not bad. It tastes warm. It's warm down here, though, so maybe that's part of it. It's a little thin. Got a thin feel, but also kind of a gelatinous feel. I don't know whether I like that or not. I'm going to grab some ice. I'll be right back. Oh, I don't really know what to make of that one. Got some ice. Got some Liquormans in there. Give that a sec to dilute. Still has a really warm mouthfeel. Watery mouthfeel. Not bad. Not good, but it's not bad. Do I like this? I know. Hell yeah, decisions made. Apparently, I like this. Cool. Good to know. All right, that's one less thing to think about, I suppose. Um, Normally on Whiskey Wednesdays, we ask the question, will it old fashioned? Fuck no. That's what it says. It says fuck no. Decisions, again, been made. Will it old fashioned? Of course it won't. But it's not meant for old fashioned. It's old dirty Canadian whiskey. It's meant to be a rye ginger. We've got ginger. Zero sugar, too, because, you know, aren't we all watching our figure when we're drinking whiskey? Rye and ginger Canadian classic. Let's grab a, yep, little mixy mix. I know there's a spoon right there. I don't care. No, that's. I might have put in too much damn mix, but that's fucking awful. Wait, maybe it's the zero sugar. That's bad. Well, kids, that is a shooting whiskey. That's what we call that. That is not even a mixing whiskey. That is a shooting whiskey. It is delightful. Jalen, thanks again, buddy. Love it. Never seen an episode of the Trailer Park Boys in my life. Love me some Bubbles, though. Was he? You know, he was in a band back in the day, Canadian band in the '90s. Great song, like one great song, but super weird that Bubbles. I knew he could sing. I just didn't know he was in a band. Neat. Anyway, that is Liquormans, old dirty Canadian whiskey. That's gonna go somewhere. Where's that gonna go? Gonna hide behind the Gibsons, I think. That's right beside the Ben Holiday. That shouldn't be the thing. Pop that up front. Oh, Clyde Mays, no. You deserve better fate than that. Barn burner, do you get stuck back there? Does the old corn come out more? Man, I'm really getting screwed by the shape of these bottles right now. That's how it's going to be. I think that is how it's going to be. Heaven Hill, you're back there a little bit. Jack Daniels, you come up front because that bottle's a little taller. I like it. Anyway, that is the revamped bar. That was also a review of Liquorman's Old Dirty Canadian Whiskey. We've got shelves up. So that's holding a solid bunch of bottles that I didn't know what else to do with, and I'm pretty happy with them being over there. I think it's pretty fun. Let that beer go. That sounds good. It's hot, man. It's sweaty down here. It's not great. It's really not great. AC could be a thing. Pretty happy with that. Looks good. Looks about right again. Got it filled out. I've got room for like 4 more bottles to put in, and by the time I finish off 1 or 2 more, I think that'll be a thing. I think we're looking good. I think I've got everything I really need back in there. Everything else usually just stays on the bar. I think we're laughing, man. That's the introspective. Well, if you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Always a good thing. If you already have subscribed, love you. Thank you. Mwah. You're wonderful. If you haven't, why not? Why don't you love me? Just sign up. I know you got to create an account and all that to do it, but come on. You know you love me more than that. Do these things. That is how the whiskey counter, whiskey bar, bourbon bar That's weird. Didn't like that. Went in and out of focus. Odd. That is how that's lining up this year. I didn't think I'd have to redo this so soon. I think I did one in January after all the new Christmas bottles. But here we are. It's there. I think next up we're going to do a little. We're just going to spice this up a little bit. I've still got this shelf. It's supposed to look like a whiskey barrel. I don't know what the hell to do with this thing. I don't know where this is going to go. Maybe over here. How does that look? That looks kind of neat. I like it looks a little cheap though. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. It looked a lot cooler online. What do you expect for the $30 you pay for it? Is what it is, kids. Anyway, that about sums it up. Again, hope you had a fun time. We'll see you all next time. Cheers. Happy Whiskey Wednesday, even if you're not drinking whiskey. Bye.